How's it going, man? It's been a bit of a while since I've recorded my last video, but today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that I find really helpful, that I've been kind of implementing in my life, and it's honestly taken a mental load off of my life. So basically, it talks about emotion is the main umbrella, right? And we as humans, I feel like, are very reactive towards emotions. We emotions dictate a lot of our behavior, and it should dictate less. And I think the main thing I want to touch upon is how we react after we like relapse into a bad habit or we just do something. Um, like for example, if you're a person that eats junk food or that I don't know smoke or something, and you want to try to get rid of that, every time you relapse and you get mad at yourself and you beat yourself up about it, that makes it worse for you actually. That kind of increases the chances of you falling back into that habit. Just because you're My friend said this the other day, and I found it really helpful. When you react with emotion towards a habit, you're identifying yourself with the habit. Like versus if a person has been going to the gym for a long time and he misses one day, even 1 week, straight 1 week, that is not really going to affect him on the long run because he is a person that goes to the gym. You see where I'm going with this? So, versus if that person were to beat themselves up about not going to the gym, then that 1 week would probably turn into 2 or 3 weeks just because they're constantly bashing themselves and thinking, oh, you know what? I'm so mad I missed the gym and this and whatever it may be. But while, you know, beating yourself up about it, you're just making it worse because then you're telling yourself, okay, I haven't gone to the gym. I'm not someone that goes to the gym. And then this cycle repeats. So you end up missing the gym more and more and more. So, what could be the solution to this? And I don't think it's straight up affirmations and like, lying to yourself, even though sometimes, they could help program your subconscious into believing or into transforming yourself into the identity into the person you want to become. But the thing is to just treat yourself like a lab rat, just become your own experiment. As a scientist, if you're performing experiments and, if you see something happening or not happening, you wouldn't be all reactive about it. You would just write down what happened, what was the environment, what caused this to happen, and you would write down, okay, did my result match my hypothesis, or whatever, I don't know, scientists do. But if if you take yourself from this perspective, okay, just at the end of the day, look at yourself, look at your day. Okay, how did it go from morning to end? Where did you go wrong? Where did you go right? It's important to celebrate your small wins, but that's for another video. But if you okay, let's take an example of me ordering junk food because I'm getting over this right now. But say for example, I wake up. Maybe I wake up a bit late, right? And I start, my day kind of late, my routine and everything. But then, the thought gets here. The thought of me eating junk food comes to mind, and I'm entertaining that thought. And like throughout the day, I'm just constantly thinking about it, and boom, at the end of the day, I end up ordering. So I could tell myself where I went wrong was perhaps giving that thought too much power, or waking up late, you know, might have made me think that I wasted my day, which got the thought of like, okay, if you wasted your day, might as well order junk food or whatever it may be, or whatever it may be. So you kind of have to treat yourself like an experiment and just be emotionless about it. Straight up observation and results, what you did and what the results were. And what I've been doing is using a tracker, of all the habits that I want to, track, obviously. Whether it's, just not even habits, just metrics in my life, my weight, how much money I'm spending, if I ate junk food or not, if I ate sugar or not. These things, I just want to track them, but I don't want to be I don't want to be reactive and emotional about them. I want to try to take that aspect out of my life. Okay, so I see myself faltering here. Okay, why? What took over? What momentary decision did you make? How could you have prevented it? Because over time, as long as you don't fall for the same mistake every single day, then you will see improvement in your life, in your metrics, in whatever you want to track, whether it's your bad habits or your just simple metrics like your weight or certain traits you have by yourself. So yeah, I think next time you fall back into a bad habit, or you're being off track with who you want to become, feeling disappointed is normal, right? I think that the fact that you're feeling disappointed is a good thing. It means that you are acknowledging the fact that you are not being your best self, or your action is pushing you away from your best self, which is totally normal. But it shouldn't go beyond that. It shouldn't go into sadness and depression and self hate and guilt and shame and these things, because these will only breed bad things. Versus if you just get disappointed, fine. But if you stay in that, get disappointed. If you get disappointed, okay, perfect, normal. The productive thing to do would be to reflect on where you went wrong and how you can improve it for the next time. Because I can be disappointed for all I care, and sad and mad and shameful and guilty. But if I don't learn and I don't observe what I did, then chances are I'm gonna fall into it again, you know? So yeah, I guess I want to leave you with that message to just detach your emotions from your action, because the involvement of emotions will lead to more problems. Because yeah, because the involvement of emotions will lead to more problems. Um, it's been me. If you have any topics you want me to cover or anything of that sort, leave a comment. I'd be very happy to see any suggestions you guys might have. But other than that, it's been your boy. Much love. Peace.